What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, aka Countdown Ended, coming to you once again to bring you the best matches of 2025. Notice I didn't say WWE specifically. We're going all over, traveling around the world and giving a list of our favorites from the past year. And as always, I'm not alone. I'm joined by some very special guests tonight. As always, I've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Cody Oneidi 316.
Give me a hell yeah.
What's going on? Can't wait to get into this stuff, and that's going to be a fun one.
Absolutely epic. Then, a returning favorite to the channel, we've got the Twitch superstar. That's right, DJ Anime 2016 over there. We've got Liz back with us.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Happy New Year to you. Hopefully you're doing
Happy
well.
New Year, everybody.
Thank you for hanging out with us. And then we've got the other legend, the brother to my other mother, to my sister's next door neighbor's uncle's cousin's best friend. It's Paul 3, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by special guest, but I kind of...
Absolutely. We're so happy
Take
to
special
have you.
whatever way you want to take it.
Indeed.
Yeah,
It's
sure,
very
about
special.
I get it.
Sort of special because the list I've managed to accumulate, or should I say manifest, really, has been, it's been an ongoing discussion in my mind for some time now. Yeah, the you know, sociopath that I am kind of got in charge of which voice is able to speak when, and they had quite the fight over who should be match of the year. So that's why I'm coming to you, excellently sexy people, for help, because I'm at a loss. I don't know what to decide. Who is the Into Somewhere 2025 holder of the trophy for best match of the year? We need to know, how do we whittle this down? Well, we all came prepared. We have a list of many names, many matches. We're bringing you our top 5, but what we're going to do is whittle it down, and whittle it down we shall. We're going to give you from 5 to 1. If there's duplicates, well, guess what? You can substitute in a match that's your favorite that hasn't been named yet, or you can decide to leave it up to you entirely. We get to the end, and then we're going to have to basically debate and decide who's going to vote for which match. It's going to be interesting, but let's get right into it. We're starting, ladies first. Liz, what is your number 5 match of 2025?
Okay. Well, my number 5 was Rowan versus Punk versus Rollins.
Ooh, WrestleMania main event.
Yep.
Night 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah, night 1. Not night 2. No, we won't talk about that main event.
For some reason, I get that backwards. I always think Cena was night 1 for some reason, but that's just me.
No.
You know, I'm a little up. We know that. Regardless, all right, excellent choice for a match there. I mean, I'm sure that's going to be on many people's list here. Punk finally gets his main event.
Well,
Any other reason that you chose this match that makes it special?
it was better than the main event of night 2.
Absolutely. No argument there. Paul, what is your number 5?
All right, so my number 5 was the Anarchy in the Arena match from Double or Nothing AEW.
Ooh.
I think one of my favorite parts of that match that I actually remember was the stapler spot with Swerve Strickland getting that in his mouth. That was absolutely brutal. I know AEW gets a lot of hate on this channel, I gotta say, but personally, I think they're still putting on some good matches. You don't, but we'll keep the other people unnamed who hate on AEW. Cody. Anyway, but yeah, it was a absolutely brutal match. I always enjoy those. I'm glad they didn't leave the music playing the entire effing time like they've done before. But yeah, AEW gets my number 5 pick.
Damn. That's a hell of a choice, that's for certain. And then we go to Cody Oneidi 316. What do we got?
For my number 5,
me and my friend. What's your
WrestleMania
number 5?
41. I got Bianca versus Rhea versus Io in a triple threat match.
Ooh.
I thought that was a great way to open up WrestleMania. They killed it out there. And you'll see my list, how it goes and dictates. I think it's not just the wrestling that makes it a top 5. There's the story also in the match.
Right.
So
Mm.
I
That's
think
another good match.
that's
I
why
actually have
it's
that.
my number 5. But we will get to my others shortly to see why those are above it.
Damn. Hard to argue with that.
Yeah.
That's certainly on my list no longer. It was up a bit higher, quite a bit higher. That was my number 2. So I'm going to replace that one, no problem. But let me give you my number 5. Are you ready?
Ready.
John Cena versus CM Punk. Versus
Nice.
Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins. It's the 6-man elimination chamber. Oh, you know it. Where did it take place? In Toronto.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto, elimination chamber, steel cage.
Sorry, I had to. But regardless, it birthed the meme. That match was epic. Cena showing shades of his evil side, being able to capitalize on Rollins' vengeful action of the stomp on after he's already eliminated. Chef's kiss, great performance. The turn, but all of it, that match really led into the conclusion.
The turn that they should have waited and done it another
Mania.
day in the show.
Agreed. All right, so there's
Like,
all of our number 5s.
You could have done it at, I don't know, maybe Mania. That'd have been more impactful.
It likely would have, because the crowd would have reacted even bigger and better. I mean, it was a thing certainly for Spaz to see live and to happen in Toronto.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
Just to be there live and see it in person. Yeah, I could see how that would. That'd be kind of interesting to see in person. But
I almost wonder if we should have revised the list to whittle each one down so we have an actual definitive 5 through 1. But we'll get to number 1 and see where we land on our definitive list, because I think the leftovers at 1 might just make up the remainder. We'll get creative. All right, Liz. I forgot a late entry.
4?
Jeremy.
Number 4,
hold on, Liz. 1 second.
What?
The general of the 343 Guilty Spark is here, sir. Captain Keys, good to have you, my captain. We're discussing. We're on our number 5 match of 2025. If you'd like to go ahead.
Now.
Well, he's got to give us his number 5. Your number 5 worst or best match of the year. Excuse me.
Winner getaway.
See if we can hear you.
I don't know. The ladies match on Cena's final was pretty tight.
Oh, so Bailey and Sol Ruka. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn excellent choice there, certainly. I cannot disagree with you, my friend. Glad to have you here. So, Liz, take us into number 4, please.
All right. Number 4, I got Hangman versus Moxley from AEW's All In.
Ooh.
Damn good pick.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Because
Hangman hater.
that match was I wouldn't call it a bloodbath, but close enough.
Absolutely. I mean, right on that threshold, certainly.
And,
They had a lot of blood.
What I thought after that whole thing, you finally got the AEW title off of Moxley. I thought, well, good. That means the Death Riders are going to go away. Well, I guess I was totally wrong on that note. So
No, not at all.
Not at all. You know, we thought they would disappear, and then, oh, wait, they're still around, actually.
They're still around now.
Huh, what do you know? That really, what's a nice way to put this? That f***ing sucks. It does.
Yeah.
It just plain old f***ing sucks.
But the match itself was a good match, period, because Hangman finally got the title off of Moxley, and they got it out of that stupid briefcase that had been in for God knows how many months, and
yeah,
I was just like, thank God.
And the tap out was great the way he did it with the chain. I will give him that.
Yep.
So great selling.
Yep.
Good spot. Number 4. So, Paul, you're up next. Number 4.
All right, number 4, I have Worlds Collide, Las Vegas. I have the main event, Dominic Mysterio versus El Hijo del Vikingo. That was an incredible match, and to me, that kind of kicked off Dom's really path to excellence, I guess you could call it, that he's on right now, being pushed as kind of a main event, low-key main event guy. He has a bunch of titles. He's really kicking ass. It's kind of really indestructible right now with Liv by his side. I think Dom is going to be a face that we see for many, many years to come. But that match right there, you didn't have any little, I guess you could call El Vikingo a bean burrito. I guess maybe you could call him that. Maybe a tostada or something. He's kind of a little tiny. But that was a hell of a match. The guys can go. Both of the guys can really go. And yeah, that really kicked off Dom's path to excellence, I guess I'll call it, which sounds
Great
a little
way to put it.
fruity, but we'll keep it. We'll keep it.
It gave him his ascension into the main event scene, absolutely, because he still had the IC title, but now he's the face of Mexico. So great point there. Solid number 4. We're on to Mr. Cody Oneidi, I believe. What's your number 4, Sir Cody? Your number 4, sir.
My number 4 is actually going to be the same as Liz's number 4, and that is Hangman versus Moxley.
Ooh, you're sticking with it, huh? Not changing it? I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That's a really solid
No.
match. Well, you're making my life easy. So, Jer, do you have a number 4 match you'd like to throw your hat in and add to?
Paul.
Cena and Logan Paul. Ooh, that's not a bad addition because you figure initially that they're on the same team at one point. What was that, Money in the Bank? And then after that, it just turned into this rivalry and kind of into somewhere. It just happened naturally. I enjoy Logan Paul getting his ass beat. I want to see the boy get his butt whooped. So seeing him get, run through the ringer by Cena was exquisite. He sells really well. Logan shouldn't be as good as he is. That's the problem. Like, that's what really burns my ass because he is rather excellent, and it makes me feel like I'm eating soap saying it.
Yeah.
He is a certainly a specimen not to be messed with. I'm going kind of off the reservoir here, but I might surprise some of you, probably not enough of you though. Number 4 is actually Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens ladder match at the Royal Rumble. He folded.
I had that on my list as well. So I was kind of like,
he folded that man like a pretzel.
Top 10, so I had it in my top 10.
It's worthy of any top spot, I swear. I mean, Kevin needed neck surgery, pretty much not solely, but because of that match adding to all of his injuries. I mean, that's why he went for broke. He's like, I already need it, so let's just go. That ending moments where he's folded in half, his head goes through the rungs of the ladder, and he's upside down, basically hanging into his shoulders, all inverted. The pain, the adrenaline, all of it, him just like limp noodled over. What a sight. The way he puts his body 100% on the line for the fans is next level. And we don't have many more stars left that can do what he does at the level that he's at. So he's certainly going to be a Miss Style in a few years' time. Yeah, so that's my
Kevin
number
Owens
4.
right now, man. I miss Kevin Owens right now. You can definitely feel the show lacking without him on it. And I don't know if what's the backstage scoop? Is he coming back? Is he going to be okay? Do we know?
He wants to come back.
He was at the. I know he was at the Cena's last match. So.
Yes, he was there then.
Yes, he wants to come back, but he has a serious neck injury that required surgery, and he's getting up there in age, and he's kind of tubby. Is he going to come back?
I don't think he's going to find a road back. I think he's going to end up being not cleared for the ring. I don't want that to be true, but my neck is fused. I know what it's like, and he's not that he can't handle it, but I think the doctors know better at this point now, where they tell a lot of people like, we can't clear you because you can do it right now, but one errant landing, one bad move, one sloppy,
one mess up,
mm-hmm.
and
your bump card is full already. You owe me a bump card, basically. Like, it just takes one more, and now you're not playing with your grandkids. You're 6 feet under, or you're paralyzed. He's like, and don't say never, because let's go talk to Tyson. Like that's the reality of it.
Too many people get neck injuries, like
Big E.
Ospreay had to get surgery. So.
Yeah, Ospreay is one of my favorites in AEW. I hated that he didn't sign with WWE because I felt like him in NXT would have been the biggest star there ever.
To see him the other night on Wrestle Kingdom was really good to see.
Yeah.
Not to derail, I mean, That's what really Regal was talking about with that post on X. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, with the style that everybody wrestles now, needing all these neck surgeries and things. And I kind of have a history of neck issues myself, and it's no fun. And
No.
you got to wonder why people like Brian Danielson went back at all, to be honest, because he's probably suffering from lifelong complications now just from the last run that he did in AEW. So shout out Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens. But yeah, I don't think we're going to have anything for him for matches of the year in 2026, sadly.
I don't think so. And like you guys were saying too, one of the things Regal mentioned is like, yeah, they had the touring schedules. They were doing house shows. And here they're not. So they're only doing the one match, but it's like everything in between, you're not having the same type of like buildup on your body. So you're never quite in shape. You're always like getting out of shape and then wrestling again. And like there used to be, only one TV a week, and then the rest was all house shows. Now, though, you have 9 hours of TV, so that there's a lot more just promos and backstage stuff, and then you're not used for weeks on end, and then you got to go and have a grueling hardcore match, and your body's like, fuck, I'm not even used to taking a bump, never mind hits with thumbtacks and kendo sticks. So
just, it's like Edge was out for how many years before he came back? 9?
Yeah, 9 years.
I mean, and I didn't think he was going to come. I never would have thought he would come back. That was the last person I was like, what? Edge is back? Huh?
When he ever speared Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam, I think I shat myself. Like, I didn't fully crap my pants, but I definitely shat because I was like, there's no way he was able to, take a bump like that. Even if he's the one giving it, like, still, that's they can't allow that with his insurance and all. There's no way. And I'm like, oh my God, he's coming back. And then I remember everybody on the show called me crazy. There's no way he's going to. I'm like, I'm telling you, that was a test. He just felt it in the ring. He felt good. They're going for it. And then he came back at that Rumble, and I was in tears. I was so emotional.
That pop for the Rumble. I was watching that here with people. I was like, I literally lost my shit. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I feel like my match wins at number 4, but.
You had that pinned on X for many, many years as a video that you posted on there. Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Crazy, right? See? It brings back memories. Then we've got to hear what your number 3 is, Liz.
Got number 3 is Io versus Rhea at Evolution 2025 when Naomi cashed in.
The cash-in one.
The cash-in match.
And I don't hate Naomi. I actually was enjoying her heel side. It's just that I didn't want her to cash in.
It was great. I mean, nobody expected it. I wasn't expecting it.
We kind of called that, and I was hoping it didn't happen because I was hoping she cashed in after the match was over. Put it that way. I didn't want her to ruin what was. I wanted to see Io win. This way, Rhea has never beaten Io. That story is still alive and strong. And then now, Io loses the title to Naomi via the cash-in. I think that would be perfect, but
yeah,
I don't know. I get it. It's my choice. It's not, but I just don't want to see a great match like that get basically crapped on.
That was there live in person. He got to see that live. So,
hell of a bout. I mean, those ladies all killed themselves to kill it. What is your number 3, Paul?
All right, I went AAA, I went AEW/WWE, and now I am going to possibly one of the hottest brands coming up here in 2026. I'm going with the TNA show. I went with Bound for Glory, the Hardys versus the Dudleys retirement match. To me, I grew up with these guys, both these tag teams. I was 9, 10, 11 years old when they were all having these TLC matches, legendary rivalries. I mean, come on, this match was absolutely epic. But that's what I went with.
That match was. I actually watched that match. That match was really good.
It was incredible. What about the star rating?
I also grew up watching the Hardys.
Oh yeah, we all did. Yeah, it wasn't about the star ratings here. It was really just about the nostalgia and kind of sending the Dudleys off. Even though later on, a couple months later, Devon Dudley came out with some accusations against JR, which I believe are kind of false. But we won't go
those are
there.
not true, sadly. Like a lot of people have backed up the fact that was bullshit, which is surprising.
Yeah, we won't go there.
I was actually at WrestleMania 33 when the Hardys came back
Yeah,
from
in
back to
Florida.
And I
WWE.
will say, the end of this match too, with Bubba Ray Dudley, he wanted to make it like super cinematic, almost like a movie where he like gives up and he's like, "Put me." That was kind of cringy, I gotta say, but it still earns my number 3 because of the nostalgia. And I think it was an okay send off. It wasn't the greatest match ever. It's kind of a shitty match, to be honest. It still
Wow,
gets my
but
number.
I love you picking this, Paul. Honestly, that makes me excited because when we get to my pick, I think you'll get it. Cody, what is
Yo.
your number 3?
I don't know if I should switch it because or not.
What was it?
I'll tell. It was Bianca and not Bianca. It was Rhea and Neo at Evolution. Yeah,
right.
me and
All
Liz
right.
had the same number 3 as well.
Me and
Okay.
Cody got the same. We got something. We're agreeing on things.
I
which
see
is kinda
that.
scary.
Now you need to fight to the death.
That's crazy. I don't know.
You two fight to the
I don't know
death.
how that happened.
I don't
But-
either.
See,
Rhea and Neo.
Cody, you're
killed
dead.
it
She already
at
killed you. Yeah, she
Evolution.
killed you.
And then I personally liked the Naomi cash, and
I know you
it
did,
wasn't
so.
for everyone, but
It wasn't because it was
see
Naomi.
how
It
else
could have been Stephanie Vancourt. It could have been Julia. It could have been anybody. I would have felt the same way. I would have been like, "Don't ruin the match." That was just me being a selfish, spoiled child, being like, "No, I want what I want," But it was still very
Of course,
good.
Naomi did
I
that. When
think,
she was actually pregnant, by the way.
I think that was a way where you kind of ruin them because she's a heel, and I just ruined what was great. So ha ha ha,
Yeah,
So I don't personally.
that's why I said it
mind
wasn't bad. I was just upset because it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't bad. It was just against what I thought would be best, and I admit that. I'm ruining it for myself, but yeah, I don't disagree with that pick. Now I'm going to do this as quick as possible because I know we said we'll keep this simple, short, sweet, straight to the point. But my number 3 pick. So before I get into it all, they got a new investor, and this investor went ahead and started taking over backstage, like legitimately. And as a shoot, he gets all pissed off and starts letting people go. And he sees 2 wrestlers hanging out in the back, and he's like, "What's up with these guys?" And they're like, "Oh, they're friends, and they're a great tag team and all this stuff." And he's like, "You bimbos, come over here." So they walk over, and he's like, "You guys are friends?" They're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, you're both fired." And they're like, "What?" He's like, "Wait, I got an idea. You're going to face each other in a match. And if you don't beat him, you're fired." And I'm like, "God damn, this is dramatic. This is the most story I've had in a long time." And this match was gripping. And it took place in Juggalo Championship Wrestling. That's right. I'm speaking of Stephen Flo versus Cocaine as my number 3 match of the year. I kid you not. That's exactly what it is. So he comes out with the plaid, looking kind of like Cobain, but less of an Eddie Vedder. I don't know, but no. And then that's Cocaine under the mask. But no, Cocaine comes out, and then when he's in the sleeper, what does he do? He opens a bag he's got in his pocket, and he sprinkles it on his mask, and he powers up, and he takes down Stephen Flo, and oh no, he pins him, so they fired Stephen Flo, and then people come down and they're beating him up, but Cocaine saved his best friend. It was so emotional. I'm serious. The way this played out, the investor ended up being Vince Russo.
Let me talk to you.
Right? Big happenings there.
Yeah.
Not
that's
kidding.
amazing.
On Juggalo TV.
Yes.
Look at that.
So I was blown away by a viewer had sent me this. So what the hell? Oh my God, I don't have Twitter messages open, but they had sent me this clip and they're like, "You've got to watch this match. Please promise me you'll watch the preview in the match." And I was like, I don't get this enough. I need to. And it was Celeste. There you are, Celeste. There's your shout out. Thank you very much. I appreciate you doing. I'm looking into the camera, but we're only recording audio. I am absolutely with it, folks. So that's my number 3. Now let's go ahead and see number 2. Oh, Jared, did we get your number 3?
I don't know if I was a late number 4 or number 3, but I got another one ready to go here for you.
Yes, please. Your
So,
last was very interesting with the ladies. So go ahead and keep it up.
So, yeah, well, I'm just sticking with what I saw recently here, but kind of the returning theme is really TLC matches and stealing our hearts from when we were teenagers. So definitely the Street Profits versus DIY versus MCMG.
Oh, the
I
triple
was there
threat.
for that. Or was
Yeah.
TLC at SummerSlam? Or
No, this was actually from SmackDown in April.
Yeah, it was the triple threat that they had.
It was a SmackDown
Oh,
before
okay.
WrestleMania.
Yes, and what a match that was. That was on a lot of people's top list, actually. Funny enough, that was up there. So was I had the TLC on mine as well. I think like that's up there too, but I see that triple threat on there more than the 6-team TLC.
Yeah, I would honestly probably stab my eyes out with dog shit covered like spikes than watch anything with Motor City Machine Guns in 2026. Honest. Horrible tag team. Get the hell out of here. They look old. They look like a bunch of like 40-year-old meth heads still wearing like Nike clothing and trying to pick up girls outside of a high school.
Really? See, I think they're doing well. I've enjoyed what they put on for matches so far. I think the gimmick has been fun, and it's kind of a lamer version of what it was, but it still to me works. I think people are enjoying it. It's fun, and they're still over in the ring. So I don't think they're going to last too much longer. But
doing extreme stuff.
Yeah, they still have something to offer. So, all right, Liz, give us your number 2, please. Drum roll.
Number 2 is I got Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher at AEW's. I forgot what the pay-per-view was, but there was a steel cage match they had.
Revolution on March 9th, 2025. That's my number 2, you son of a... Now I got to come up with another one. All right, talk about why this match is so good.
Because it's Will Ospreay. Ospreay's enough, man.
The way that Fletcher came into this, just hacking his hair off and being like, I am no copy.
It's the story between the two, the history they have together, that they grew up together. And then
all of Aussie Open and the way that they just left, what's his name? The other guy from Aussie Open in the dust. Mark Davis. They left him way the hell out. And you saw Fletcher at first being like, oh, you're just Ospreay Jr. So then he hacks off all his hair. He sides with Don Callis, and he becomes this monster. And he just starts destroying people left and right. And I love that Ospreay used the Tiger Driver in this match as well to finish it. Like, that was a huge part of the story as well. The Spanish Fly from the top of the cage. I don't know how they didn't break both their necks.
The Spanish Fly at the top of the cage. I was like, oh God, please don't die.
Yeah, you guys are knucking futs. That's what I say. It was crazy.
I just picture Mark Davis in the back sniffing Beast Mortis jockstrap as those two put on the absolute
Well, he was huffing spray paint, then sniffing the jockstrap. Get it right. He's like, he's got to get a little high in his own supply too, because they're not booking the poor guy. I don't know why though. Just see him in a wife beater all stained with nacho cheese, just being like, "Can I wrestle?" No, Mark.
That'd be a damn good gimmick.
No, Mark.
Ospreay's in Japan right now, so
Ospreay needs to come back and take out Ricochet, and I don't mean like in a type of way. No, not a racist way. No, I mean that like friendly, like take him out to dinner, I guess. Ah, damn it! No matter how I say it, you get my point. All right. We'll keep this going before I get arrested. So, number 2, Paul.
All right, my number 2, I'm going straight to TNA again. The same pay-per-view, Bound for Glory. It's going to be the main event. Mike Santana beating Trick Williams for the title. Come on, what a fucking match that was. What a moment. And you could argue the moment after was probably one of the most, like, not heart-wrenching or heartbreaking, but just heartwarming moments when his daughter came into the ring and he kind of, laid the title down for her and bowed down and stuff like that, basically saying, I did this all for you. And that was just such a heartwarming moment. I'm actually expecting a daughter here in a couple months, my first child, so that kind of struck a chord to me as well. So I think that was, that almost got my number 1, but the follow-up with that was arguably the worst thing that's happened in wrestling all year, worse than John Cena's retirement tour, which is pretty bad. But Mike Santana, how they did him after this match was absolutely abysmal, but it still gets my number 2 pick.
Wow. All right. So, Cody, I believe
My
in
number
you, sir.
2.
You're number 2.
I got
2-2.
the men's elimination chamber match with Cena, Punk, Paul, McIntyre, Priest.
So that was my number
Rollins.
5. So you're not changing it. You're keeping it.
Yep.
All right. So now it's a number 2 position. Remember that.
I think that again, matches and everything, there has to be the story within inside the match, and you can't just always look at the in-ring aspect. And in this match, the in-ring stuff was good as well, but it also told a story with Cena entrance to ending. Like you just had to read his facial features and expressions throughout the match. It was very telling what was to come afterwards.
Cody, riddle me this.
Cena,
I really feel like the match was like an epic game of not even chess, not checkers, like pinball, all strategic pinball, because everything flowed, but it would zigzag, it would bounce. It's like, oh, Seth has a story with him, but then he has a story with him, but that story is part of this story. Like everybody had interest and goals, and they were all, yes, wanted to win, but it was so much more. It was so much deeper for every single person in that match. I mean, that's what made it incredible, because it felt like, for the most part, this could be anybody's game. Anybody could win. The two I thought maybe not was Logan and Damian, but even then we could have been surprised. So 4 out of 6 had a chance to win. That's so rare to have that OMG, it's possible for anybody feeling.
and I honestly liked the entire story it told, like with Rollins and Punk, like where Rollins curb stomped CM Punk's head through the outside, like the steel of the floor, and telling him to die, and Cena doing stuff he normally wouldn't do, and like taking advantage of a moment. So I liked all of it, and I just liked the story behind it. And again, as I said, Cena's facial reactions from entrance to ending told a lot of story itself. So that's why that is my number 2.
Damn. Well, I can't argue that. My number 2, actually, surprise, surprise, is my 2B. Or not to be. That is the question. It is the TNT champion, Kyle Fletcher, taking on Mark Briscoe. No DQ match. It was basically a thumbtack match, but this was at Full Gear, November 22nd, and holy hell was this maddening but fun. And what the match that Liz chose and I originally had with Ospreay against, Ospreay and Fletcher in the steel cage at Revolution, that was the ascension, or like the debut of that evil version of Fletcher. He shaved his head. He made it into the family. He lost that match, but he proved that, like, oh no, I will not stop until you kill me kind of thing. So he looked great in defeat, and it really showed character, as he just didn't stop. Everything that Will gave, this bastard got back up and was coming up swinging. It was super impressive. That match built him. This match was intended to break him, but because of the way he lost, it actually pushed him into that upper echelon where now I can see him being in the main event scene, and it doesn't feel like he's misrepresented or misguided being there. It feels like it fits. So him and losing the title to Briscoe gets this big win. He finally gets the TNT title. It's at Full Gear. The crowd goes nuts. Like, all of it just adds to this epic match that these two had. So unfortunately, what really sucked is that Full Gear show was a drag. So by the time you got to this match, you had been watching for what felt like 902 hours of wrestling. And it was just a lot to get through. But when I went back and rewatched it for this list, it was so good. And I feel bad being critical in the moment, but this deserved more love than I gave it. 4.5 stars. So that's my number 2. We've got everybody fed into there, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. We're down to the wire here, surprisingly enough. I'm curious. Let's see what we get into here. Number 1. And
Wait, hold on 1 second. I think I do actually have a number 2. I wasn't sure.
You do
if
have
I
a
was
number
given
2.
3 before. Yeah, my apologies.
No,
here.
don't
I'm just listening
apologize.
along.
Yes, that's why everybody's got to be included, Jerry Bear. Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to the AEW world.
Wow, a lot of us
Door.
did for that one. It's crazy.
Nigel McGuinness versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Ooh,
We had
damn.
no build up whatsoever for the match. Just pure
It happened.
technical wrestling,
Yeah.
and it was an amazing match that just kept everybody going for 15, 20 minutes.
That match was a ton of fun. Ton of fun. The problem was, like you said, I'm a big stickler for stories. So I remember, Liz, you joined us for predictions on that one. We were all complaining, like, there was no build. There's no build. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I remember that.
Because we're like,
No.
the
Hell,
build.
you're wrong. The story is that Nigel is wrestling again at all. I met Nigel outside of an AEW event a couple years ago. The nicest guy you could ever meet. Such a good dude.
Yeah.
The fact that he's wrestling again as well is the story to me. So, I mean, there's a built-in story there every time he wrestles.
But that should be the story, and they didn't even showcase that. Like, they didn't even make the audience, they barely mentioned it, like, oh, he's been out of action for so long due to this, and now he's back, oh my God. Like, they barely mentioned when he returned to the, when they did the, what was it, All Out or All In there in Wembley? I forget which one. I think it was All Out, okay. And yeah, the Brawl Out, that's what it was. So yeah, All Out there, and he goes ahead and he makes this big comeback in their gauntlet match, and everybody's like, oh my God, because nobody had an idea. And then they've used him a few times since, but like you said, no build up, and it's like, it should be special. He could, this might be the last time he ever wrestles again. That's how it should be billed. That's how it should be built. That's how it should be handled. It should be built, and, labeled as such. Guess what? They barely make it a footnote. They don't even add it to the card at times. And then they push him to the pre-show. I love that he's wrestling again. And Zack Sabre Jr. is not someone I care for. For me, he's just a little too atypical for me to ever really get behind him. He feels like an industry plant for wrestling, if that makes sense at all. If you could have one, that's what it would be. But I don't deny that he's very talented and damn good at what he does. It's just not anything that I've gravitated towards. But it doesn't discredit the work that he's done. And I could see why people would have this at their number 2, because he is up there, certainly. I'm just interested more in ramifications and long term. I wish this played into something, but it just kind of went nowhere. But like you said, no build, but hell of a match.
Yeah, just all technical.
Which sometimes is all you need. It's just a good match. Well, we've whittled our way down to everybody's number 1. I'm dying to know what we get here. Liz, no drum roll, but we'll get no, wrong one. The Ric Flair, woo, drum roll.
All right. Number 1 for me.
Number 1.
Cody versus Cena. SummerSlam.
At WrestleMania night. Oh, no, SummerSlam. Yeah. How could you not? I mean, that's
How could you not?
How could you not? I mean, that was originally on the top of my list here, and no cap, really, it was. So I had gone ahead, and you can see right here, it is my number 1, was originally up there. And then, right here, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. That was it. That's the top. But I had since then gone back and renumbered it. So what made you pick that as your number 1?
I mean, it was a lot better. Well, it was more like, to me, it was more like Cena Cena turned babyface, obviously, which was all of a sudden he turned back to babyface, and it's like he's passing the torch on to Cody is what he was doing. It was like his way of saying, "Here, it's on you now." So
yeah, absolutely,
it was a good match. I enjoyed the match. The match was great. I mean, Cena and Cody put on a better match than they did at WrestleMania, and it was a whole lot better. I enjoyed it a whole lot more. So, and Cody won, and he won the title, and Cena handed it to him and kind of passed the torch on to him.
Absolutely. And I mean, they certainly made up in spades for what they gave us at Mania. We all know what we got, and it would not be in vain to hear Fane blasting from the speakers no more, because that was quite embarrassing.
Every time I hear that song on anything, I'm just like,
I told you, we took care of it. We heard it. And
I
Done
was
for.
like, and they're like, and my brother, he is like, they're going back to Vegas. I wonder if they're gonna play that Travis Scott song again. I was like, shut up.
They best not. That's like, give me the red line. Give me the red light. I gotta go.
No,
go.
don't put that in my head. I had to listen to that all the way up to WrestleMania 33. I don't want to hear the green light song. Okay?
I knew you'd be taunted and tortured by it. So let's hear Paul. What's your number one?
Oh, well, I mean, it's really hard to not pick the Cena versus Cody match in SummerSlam. I'm not going to change it because it's too damn good. It's clearly, in my opinion, is the best match of the year. You'd be insane not to pick it. But let me just point out some horrible matches we had this year. Cena versus Gunther, absolutely horrible. Gunther versus Goldberg, pretty terrible. And to name it all, the worst wrestler of this year, anything with Jey Uso. What an absolute schmuck. Jey Uso versus Gunther, the worst decision of the year. What a piece of crap. I hate Jey Uso. No yeet forever. Liz, that goes for you too. You're not allowed to yeet on this channel ever. You're not allowed. No. This is the no yeet zone. Excuse me. But no, number one is definitely Cody versus Cena SummerSlam. Nobody was really, I don't think anybody's looking forward to it after their Mania performance, which was so bad.
Yeah, and then that Friday night, they suddenly flipped the script and were like, oh, by the way, I'm no longer heel. I'm sorry, I fucked up, guys.
Yeah.
And we're like, what?
That was wrestling.
You know what they could have done, which would have made this a whole lot better? You could have had Cena turn heel at Mania, and then Cody, then he could, turn back to the babyface, at SummerSlam, whatever. However they wanted to do it, they could have done the heel turn a whole lot different than what they did.
Exactly. I didn't mean to hit invite, Jared. I was trying to add you as a friend, but
they should never even had The Rock get involved.
Yeah, they shouldn't. Just adding that expectation, because then when we were at Mania and we heard it, as soon as that beat dropped, everyone's like, "Oh, The Rock's coming," and nothing. No dice. No The Rock for
all
you.
we got was Travis Scott, and
don't say his name two more times. It's like Beetlejuice.
Nope, not doing that.
Wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. So we got Paul's number one agreeing with Liz. I am on to the next chapter, and that is, I believe, in Cody Onidi. What's your number one? Sir Cody.
I don't want to. I don't know if I should just pick what they just did again, but I'm gonna go a little different.
Okay.
You know what? This could be up there, but I'm going to do Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, the triple threat match of night one. Shut the fuck up, Paul. I see your fucking face. I hope you have that, Jake. Look at him over there.
I see it.
I think that could be a good triple for number one. And again, I said that story means the most, not always just the in-ring thing. Cody Rhodes and John Cena was forcefully done rewrite of their fuck up from WrestleMania, so I don't think it honestly deserves number one, and I should be biased. I was there for that.
But how do you argue against Cena coming up with the Cody Vader with Cody on his shoulders? He rose above. Like, how do you top that?
That was a great moment. That was a great moment.
What in the triple threat tops that? And we haven't even gotten to my number one yet, so we're still getting there. Don't you worry.
That is a great moment, but see, that's a contradictory to what you always complain about on the reviews, right? I'm sick and tired of just moments.
Oh, I know, but there was a lot of story in that one just because he turned face the night before. So yeah, it was like, can he finally, keep the title as a face without cheating? Is he able to retain number 17? Story in the triple
threat match, honestly.
I'm not arguing that, but there was
one
story.
Of the most iconic moments of the year, John Cena coming up through that Cody Vader, with Cody on his shoulders. Yes, that's one of the moments of the year. But we're talking about match entirety. I don't think that was the entire match.
Yeah.
I'm coming up through the Cody Vader.
That's your choice. That's what we're saying. Everybody's got different thoughts. So what's your number one? You're definitely picking the triple threat from night one at Mania? Okay.
The story with Paul Heyman and Roman and Punk arguing over him, and then in the end he betrays his tribal chief and his best friend in the world for their worst enemies. So I thought that was great story overall.
And then Seth Rollins gets betrayed. So again.
Yeah.
So I do like that the most, and I always argue. I know you weren't a big fan of that match, but I honestly think that was better than the women's triple threat match.
What?
What?
Yeah.
What an idiot! My God, the worst takes in 2025 and now 2026. Cody Onidi is definitely the winner of that. You're horrible, sir. You're horrible.
No.
My God.
Cody, don't listen. We got to hear
Thank God
what
you have Jake. Thank
we've
God you
got.
have Jake to balance you out. We got no game content. We got the worst takes of 2025. Holy sh! I'm sorry. I don't want to ruin
That Jer, what is your choice here? We put Paul in rockabye mode. Rockabye, babe. It's okay. It's okay. We got you.
Oh, just go back to your bacon. You eat your bacon, Paul.
Eat your bacon.
I'll make it heavy.
I'm going to make some Cody bacon. I'm going to come to Connecticut, drop some bacon on Cody's back, cook it, and feed it to his ass for his horrible taste.
You don't want to drink that.
I like
It's
bacon.
worse than pulp. Oh, I don't think we're on the same
Just
page.
call him Mr. Negative.
No, we're going to find out. But Mr. Negative indeed picked a great match, so it's hard to argue that one. That's the problem. We're going to, though. Share Scare, what do you got?
All right, we're wrapping it up with the GOAT, John Cena, AJ Styles from Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel. Damn, this was a stellar performance from them both.
Yep.
A love letter to wrestling. What makes you choose this as your number one, sir?
Yahoo Sports did. So that was
Nothing like
just being
total
honest
honesty.
here.
I
Hey,
know
I'm
you- I
doing
kn-
my research real time.
That's
real
right.
time
I
here.
know you were a fan of it as the match happened, and it certainly was a love letter to wrestling. They covered
God. What?
highlights to boast of their
why
best.
do you got Demonito? Oh God, Demonito's on. Oh no, Finn's got Demonito at Raw. Oh no.
Mm-mm. It could spell disaster for the rest of Judgment Day. You never know.
Oh yeah, that was just before like the meat of his retirement tour and everything that was botched for that, right up to his last match.
Yeah.
So it
Lots
was
of
so-
friends. Oh no.
It was a Cena thing for sure, and Cena certainly left a lot to be desired. So that's a good choice. Interesting choice. I like that.
That tweet with Finn is hilarious.
So is Balor, as always. So I think we're down left to my number one. And lo and behold, I originally was choosing John Cena, Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, but I switched it out because I didn't want to be boring. I didn't want to be typical. So I had then picked Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka at NXT Battleground. But I said, that's a good match, but it's not great. I know what I need. I need to believe. That's right.
Joe Henry and Randy Orton.
It was Joe Hendry defeating Nick Namath to win the TNA World Championship at TNA Genesis. Oh, God. I was so excited watching this match, seeing him hold that title high up in the sky, adoring fans chanting, singing along, saying, "We believe." Come on, guys, wave your hands. Here we go. Yeah, side to side. That's right. Everybody at home, wave your hands. Side to there we go.
Yeah, we're waving arms.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe
Joe Hendry, you're so prestigious, man. All right, we get the idea. But yes, I chose Joe Hendry as my number one. Indeed, so
Not a bad
argue
one.
that, mofos. Jeremy had a
I'll
great
go with
pick.
Joe Hendry is the best wrestler with man tits out there, in my opinion.
Oh no, we love Hendry here. You
No,
give
we're
him
gonna-
any type of flack, and he'll come out there and smack the shit out of you. He'll come out of those cupboards and just bury you. Yeah.
I'm argue that he's just an entrance merchant.
What do you think? Joe Hendry's been in the pantry hiding all day waiting for you to open it. And what happened?
Don't say his name.
He slaps your wife by mistake because you're not home. Oh no. Happened again. Yeah, my number one, Joe Hendry, Nick Namath, the TNA world title, because it seemed like he wasn't gonna get it. Namath was going to keep this belt forever, especially with the plans going forward with all the terrible at first, TNA, NXT stuff, because they were doing some good matches, but like none of the story was there. But they've since made it good, except for the little bit of that TNA getting invaded by NXT jobbers. Everything else is working. So really what it comes down to, I had a few honorable mentions if you guys want to throw them out. Punk
I
and
got some.
Cena
I
at
got some
Night of
honorable
Champions.
mentions. I got quite a few.
What about Punk and Cena at Night of Champions? That one I feel like could be on a top list, but didn't make top 5. Top 10 it would have. What are some of yours, Liz? Hit me with a couple.
I got Tony Storm versus Mariah May and from AEW.
The bloodbath where they put their hands in glass, right? They did the tape.
No, this was their like Mariah May. This was what was that? That was their like movie theater ending thing.
Oh, the cinematic one there, the last curtain thing, whatever.
The last curtain match between the two of them.
Yes, so
that's one.
Give me another.
Of course,
Hit me.
I got more. So
do share. Give me another.
I've got Punk versus Gunter at SummerSlam.
Okay. Now, for me, that was a good technical match.
We all know what happens after that. We all know Seth Rollins.
Yeah, the cash in. The cash in ruins the match for me because on top of it, Punk, love the guy, but if he's going to beat Gunther, he shouldn't be making him tap. Like I didn't like the whole thing they did there, and but it was still a damn good match. That's why I said Punk and Cena at Night of Champions fit well for a while. But then I'm like, there's better matches. But it certainly for me feels like a top 10. Cody, what do you have for extras?
I have the John Cena AJ Styles match. I do have the Cody Rhodes and John Cena match in my top 10.
Okay. I'm surprised I got one here. Penta and Chad Gable. January 13th, Penta's debut on Raw, where he took on Chad Gable before he became El Grande Americano, and they killed it. Oh my God, totally.
I like it.
Had to whip it up.
I got a couple more. Do you guys want to hear them?
Oh, we're going through them. Don't you worry. What do you got? Give me another one.
I got the Young Bucks versus Ospreay and Swerve.
That's where I muted you. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that at Texas All In. I almost want to say All Out. Yeah, Texas All In, where they came out in the boat, like the
yes, they were out in the goddamn boat.
Yeah, where they were like Washington, sailing down Delaware. Oh
and also,
God!
I have one that I saw in person, but literally just like back in November. Okada versus Fletcher in the Continental Classic.
Another of mine actually was Fletcher and Will Ospreay, not the steel cage match, the first one that they had.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I got another great match.
I got Ospreay versus Takeshita is also another one.
I know.
Good one.
That is a good one. I know Cody, I believe, mentioned Vikingo and Chad Gable, so that one was taken. What about the 6-team TLC? We mentioned it, but nobody picked it. The Wyatt 6.
What about
Street
Sami Zayn
Profits?
versus Dragunov, the U.S. title?
Chaotic.
Yeah, Sami
Yeah,
Zayn.
Javon Evans versus Slater at Bound for Glory is definitely one of mine as well. Like, that was an incredible match. I think Bound for Glory was one of the strongest shows of the year.
My number 6 was Mustafa Ali taking on Ethan Page, where he got the frickin' cable the mic cable for Booker T's headset stuck around his foot. That was one of the most innovative spots of this entire year because it's believable and it happened so seamless, so naturally that it wasn't stupid like, oh my God, look, I have it on my foot. I should know. Like he just kept going and then it snagged him but he ripped the headset off Booker T's head mid-sentence. That's what made it feel, I don't want to just keep saying organic, but just so natural. And it burnt a hole in my memory. That's something that will stand out. I love the way that guy wrestles. He's so impressive. So that was my number 6 on the list. I probably should have ranked it higher. Anyone else have extras, Jer?
I got Sami Zayn versus Dragunov that just happened.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Who said they had one? Was that you?
Yeah, I got one.
Let me hear it, Jer.
For Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah, Takeshita. Good match for Take a Shit, as I like to call him.
Yeah. Yep.
Takeshita's been on this ascension for a long time. I really think that he should have either won or at least gone to the finals of the tournament for the Continental Classic that they just had. they're booking him really weird, where they get him to the dance, but then they just don't let him party, and it's not even like he doesn't get in at all.
You know what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do, because Okada won at Wrestle Kingdom and Takeshita lost.
Yes,
at Wrestle Kingdom, he lost his title, and Okada beat Tanahashi. So that's going to come into play here soon. So.
But
it.
I think that's kind of common with the super flyers, though. They always kind of fly. They never get those kind of bigger opportunities that they're meant for. They're kind of there to capture the eye, and then they're gone.
Yeah, all the cruiserweights, all the anybody in that category. That's pretty much what you get. You're not wrong. Like that's my worry with Joe Hendry right now, because. Like they see the entrance and they're like, oh, see, that's funny. He appears. But he did it in TNA where he would appear, yes. But then he put on concerts. Then he put on actual promos where he was serious and he can engage the crowd really well. Like, I'm tired of Namath. I'm tired of his brother. I'm going to F them both up. And you're like, yeah, you get behind him. Like, he's really offensive in the ring, unique with his offense is what I'm trying to say. Don't mind me. But you get the point. Total package. I'm afraid they're going to make him just the entrance. Oh my God, he appeared. Like, that's going to be it. And I am telling you right now, that feels like the world's ending. Another one, surprisingly.
Good direction from
another match I got to say was Alexa and Charlotte versus the Judgment Day ladies at SummerSlam, because Alexa and Charlotte
Damn, you got me.
quickly have become one of my favorite tag teams of the year, and still now. And I'm very glad they didn't break up, because they're money together. I love Charlotte as a face. I've always been a fan through people hating her for years, but it's great to just see her get her due right now, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I am really looking forward to seeing a lot of the call-ups and how they affect the shows that they're coming up on. Like, they're showing off Obafemi on both shows. They're, like, they had Jordan Grace on SmackDown talking. I'm excited to see what they do. I don't even care about wins and losses and all that. I just want to see more entertaining things. SmackDown the other night wasn't horrible, but it really wasn't enjoyable either. Like, it felt long, and it shouldn't, because you can do it in 2 hours. You can do it in 3. They actually had time to spend time on certain things, and they didn't. They rushed it, like the Julia win. That was like a blink and you miss it scenario when that should have been a big deal. And they've done that with Chelsea a lot.
Wait, who? I don't know who you're talking about.
Exactly the problem. If I was to go through it and say, though, like I mentioned it before, that Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Obafemi, NXT Stand and Deliver, that was my number 8. My number 7. My number 8. My number 7 was Kalani and Sol Ruka. I actually had that higher. Punk and Cena, Night of Champions. So all in all, we're not too far apart. So now we need to determine best match of the year. And it really felt like we're seeing most everyone come down to Cody, Cena, SummerSlam, Night 2. Like that has been multiple people. Paul, you voted that. I had Joe Hendry as mine, but I agree with the Cena. So I am taking the Cena and there we go. Rotors. Because I got my cable stuck in the arrows. Rotors. There we go. I got to get this cable not to be stuck. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Right?
All right. Look at
that go. Cena, Cody, Cena defending at SummerSlam Night 2. Does anybody have any reason why that shouldn't be 2025's match of the year, honestly? I'd like to hear it if you do.
I pick it for the match of the year.
Stay now or forever hold your peace, because that is totally the match of the year.
Absolutely. There's no reason why this shouldn't be. And I think it's match of the year for 3 reasons. This is my take, and I hope you guys dispute it, but let's be honest. 1, it's because Mania sucked so bad that no one was really looking forward to this match until the night before, when Cena flipped and everyone was like, no, that wasn't a one-off. He turned. Like, it's real. He's doing this, and this is what he's doing. Holy shit. and it worked. Cena comes out. He's got the color again in his entrance. He's alive. He's shaking hands, kissing babies. People are throwing him into the air, as Cornette says. Like, everything is working. It's grand. It's fun. He has a chance to cheat multiple times, actually, and doesn't. But this is a do-over and a make-good for everything horrific we were put through. And these guys, for this match, put on such a clinic, right? They killed each other. The super AAs, the super Crossroads, and the kickouts of all their stuff, and the super Cena being out there in full force. I was thinking he was going to beat Cody and hold the title to the end of the year at one point. And that wasn't my initial prediction, but he made me believe in this match. So yeah, this one... For that reason, for it being so bad at Mania, that made this match good. 2, it was because John turned face the night before. The face turn being so sudden adds to it. That's reason number 2. And reason number 3, because I knew they were doing everything in their power to impress. They needed to send people happy as the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. Night 1 left people being like, Seth cashed in and won. Like, it was cool to be surprised, I guess, but that sucked because Punk won and we feel defeated. As where they wanted people to be like, oh my God, I need to see SummerSlam. That was so good. I can't believe that, Cody, blah, 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 blah. Good feelings. Everybody gets hugs. So the goodwill they tried to create there, I feel like, is the third reason. But really, all in all, how could this match not be number 1 of the year? Really? Especially knowing that Cena retired.
No. I got a problem with you because of what you said. Because Cena turning the night before was pathetic. It didn't serve the story, and it was really just another cog in the wheel of the horrible retirement tour that was John Cena's retirement tour. So I don't think it helped the match. I think it hurt the match, to be honest. And it was such a great match in the ring, out of the ring, storytelling-wise. It was everything that I think wrestling is. But let's not get it twisted. The face turn the night before was atrocious and pointless.
It wasn't pointless. It was done out of desperation because
blazing it is surely not where I'm at.
The heels weren't going to be able to. The heel side of Cena wasn't working. People didn't want to boo him. They wanted to cheer him. They wanted to see him perform one last time. They realized this and they pivoted. They turned course. They said, there's no way that the crowd wants to, he's like, I have to do really evil, mean, heinous shit to get them to boo me at all. I don't want to go that far. I wanted to be cheered. And he only planned on going heel for 6 months anyways. That's in part of his retirement interview with Cody and other sources. Like, he had it mapped out that he would be going back to being a babyface at some point before he retired. That was his plan all along. That's the only reason he agreed to it. He said, I had a window of time to be a bad guy. That's how he explained it. But no, I think it was purposeful because it showed us what could have been had John gone heel. Maybe it wasn't the right time, the right place, granted, but we got a glimpse of it, as well as every feud possible they could have given us. They did in that short time frame with Punk, with Orton, with R-Truth and so on and so forth.
No, it wasn't purposeful. They panicked, bro. The heel turn wasn't working. They were getting flamed online.
No, the face turn I'm saying was purposeful, not the heel turn. The face turn.
The heel turn was but that's what I'm saying. The heel turn wasn't working. That's why they panicked and face turned them randomly before SummerSlam on a random ass SmackDown. It didn't, dude. You want to talk about story? What story was there for him to turn back face? The only story was because it wasn't working internally, externally for the WWE and their creative. It wasn't anything in the story that was like, oh, Cena did this, so now he's going to turn face again. Oh my God, he finally saw the light. There was none of that. It was so that's. I don't think the face turn helped.
Oh, but if you notice, I'm not praising them like they fed us some great story and they got one over on us. No, I'm just happy that they finally were able to realize, hey, we fucked up long enough. Let's stop dragging this dead dog with us and give it a proper burial.
That's the only reason why I can't put it in my number 1 personally, because of the forceful nature that came of it the night before, of the SmackDown before.
Fair.
But see, I could be objective and look at it as just that night, that match itself. Because that match, if you did it where John was a heel, that match, go back and watch it and think of John as a heel, that match does not work. It would not have gone as it played out.
I think it would have.
Yeah, because of the over athleticism. He didn't want to give the crowd exciting stuff and all these extra moves. He was trying to do less is more. So he would have
had to, because Cody Rhodes wasn't going to give him another choice.
I'm just saying, if
Exactly,
you saw what he
exactly.
did, he would have resorted to cheating and hitting him with the belt and getting other people to help. And if he was the heel, he wouldn't
He
have
must
done
done
the
something to knock
grandiose
Cody
stuff.
Rhodes out when they went under the ramp. He
Yeah,
must have done something to him to cheat a little bit, so therefore he still cheated technically because he did something to him to knock him out.
maybe he gassed him, a little bit of chloroform on the way by. But
So this
He
isn't
didn't-
unanimous, though. This is not unanimous because to me, I still think it's the number one match. I still think it's everything that I believe wrestling is about. But it's not unanimous because it sounds like Cody doesn't agree with this. So
I love the match, and I was there in person, so like that's another reason.
True. True.
I think they're like I that's why I based it off story and match.
so, what match was better
that-
than that we've had at our number ones? What match out of
Yeah,
our-
what's his?
You
What
can
is
argue
your true
like,
number one?
like I think then maybe Cena and Style. That's a real love letter to wrestling. That has more story to it than Cody Rhodes and John Cena ever will.
Does it?
Because even
I don't
even
think
from
so.
the get-go, even from the get-go, the Cena and Cody Rhodes, like the original match was like forced because they needed to have like John Cena wrestling himself, and this was like a Vince McMahon main event of WrestleMania match. That's literally what it was, but we had to
Well,
do something.
The Mania match didn't work because of the heel turn, but I think these two had a
I think
story.
the Mania match didn't work because of The Rock and the disappointment of just Travis
That's all
Scott being
included
there.
on the heel turn for me. But yeah, I agree with you.
No, I don't. I think that's two separate things.
No, because The Rock was there for the heel turn. That's what it debuted as. It showed us, hey, The Rock's here. You know, he's going to be with John
Yeah, and
Cena. Oh my God! And
when
then we didn't get it past then. So
I
What?
think two separate things.
all right, well, don't get hung up on semantics, but I get your point. But
What?
yeah, it's either or, one or two. It's still, regardless, we're saying the same thing. Yeah, The Rock wasn't there, and he fucked everybody over. And that's really the catalyst to what ruined most of Cena's turn. And that was the problem for a long time. It started in controversy because of The Rock. And then The Rock had the gall to get on the show and be like, no, fuck you all. On Pat McAfee's,
well,
you know?
That's going real deep into it, but I'll touch on Cody's number one, Styles versus Cena. I do think it was an excellent match. The crowd was fucking livid for it. But you want to say that it has more story? I don't know about that. I think this all came from a post off of X. Wasn't it from them posting on X about wanting to do this or something?
Yeah.
I don't know if that constitutes more story, to be honest.
Well, AJ Styles and Cena had more of a history than Cody Rhodes and Cena. And
Did they though? Like
Cena
they
and
had,
Cody-
they had three
yeah.
matches in their history. I'm not saying that they don't have history, but what I'm saying is a little bit more, yes, because there was some more time, but it's not like it's a crazy amount. Because Cena and Cody also have history. You could say they wrestled at Mania. They had the build up to
original-
then. It's not perfectly lined up, but I'm saying they both have history, so that's not like a direct 1-to-1.
Yeah, I think
but
Cena
there's an
Cena
issue
versus
when
AJ.
there's an issue when you can name 10 different wrestlers that would make the sense to face Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania other than Cena. That's where an issue is had there. There, go ahead,
Absolutely.
Paul.
I think Cena versus AJ was like a veteran versus veteran type of, hey, let's kind of we're on this in the sunsets of our career. Let's just have one more last banger. But what gets Cody versus Cena for me is my number one. It's a passing of the torch, and those are always the best matches to me. When you see a generation pass from generation, so that's why it still gets number one for me. Not even
Cena
so
did
much
say
the
like
match.
this is the new champion. Here he is. Yeah.
Yes,
The issue
yes.
is like we make this passing of the torch like Cody Rhodes is some young guy. He's also a 40-year-old man. who
That is the point I always make, and you're exactly right. I say fire everyone over 40, but Cody is, man, he's just such a big part. The kids love him. He sells merch like crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gotten to the point of hate like it did in AEW for Cody yet, so I think he's still viable to them.
fair.
But yeah, there is a lot of old people in WWE. Like Damian Priest is getting up there as well. Like, what are they going to do with guys like that? I can see him like maybe getting released. Maybe not next year, but eventually in a couple of years.
Before we end this, okay, then I'll argue that main event of night one, that triple threat match, has more story than Cody and Cena because
Why?
there's the history with Roman and Rollins. There's the history with Punk, like even before Punk came back to WWE, Seth was just trashing on the idea of Punk ever coming back, saying Phil's a cancer and all that. So they led into that, and then Roman and Seth's Shield days, and Seth betraying him, and Roman becoming this monster that Seth basically created. Then Roman and Punk are feuding over who gets Paul Heyman kind of thing, because that stressed Paul Heyman out so much where he had to choose both of their worst enemies. So I think all that has more story than what you got with Cody and Cena.
More story, yes, but not better story, because there is no better story of taking the torch from John Cena.
But
you can't get better than that.
There is more, though. He's right about that. So
more,
I see
more,
what he's going for.
Not better.
I believe that's correct in that regard. So I think we're kind of left to really say it's 3-2. Then John Cena takes it as the best match of 2025. That's right. John Cena goes ahead versus Cody Rhodes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Great to have them. They won big time with their match at Night 2 main event at SummerSlam. Woo!
Reviewing like a beast, no one does it clever.
Super happy for them. That's a hell of an achievement. I appreciate everybody being here for this show. Ton of fun to have a panel that goes over every little bit. We can dispute, spew facts, argue, and come to an agreement. I love it. Thank you guys for being here on Into Somewhere's WWE/AWTNA and others 2025 Match of the Year countdown, basically. So that's a hell of a title that I've got to size down. But please go ahead and find all of our social media links in the description box down below. We appreciate it greatly, and we look forward to seeing you all very soon. Until then, I hope you all stay sexy, and we'll see you live for Monday Night Raw. The review's coming.
All night. What's going to happen?
Review